Okay, we're going to try this one more time. I don't know what was happening a minute ago, but it was not letting me do my thing on my live stream. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let me double check that this is actually on here. Okay, are we actually live now or what? Man, if anybody is here, please let me know if you're seeing this. All right. Sorry for the wait. I'm trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Because I was live for like 15 minutes and it was telling me that I wasn't live all of a sudden. Okay. Let's see what it says here now. Okay. Now I'm seeing it. Okay. So, well, my sincerest of apologies. I hope everybody is here. I hope we get some people to come hang out. We're going to talk about the interrupters here in just a minute. I'm almost ready to do this. See if we can get some people in the stream. We got a few people watching, so thank you so much. Give me just 1 second. I'm almost ready to start talking about this band. I can't believe that happened. I was live for like 15 minutes and it was just not. It wasn't live. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did wrong. It must have been some technical issue that I probably did something wrong. I'm really bad at technology. All right. If you would please like the stream, I would appreciate it. Feel free to talk in the stream. We're gonna hit record here. See if this. That was crazy, man. Things seem to be working fine now. All right, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to the Punk Rock Review. What's up, Ian? How you doing, buddy? We're going to talk about the Interrupters today. I'm doing a video series on just bands that are playing punk rock bowling. That is in like a little bit over a week. I got a few more days to do this. I'm going to try to do a daily little thing, at least during the week, where I just hop on. We do live 35, 45, 50 minutes, hour, something like that. Talk about a band that is playing that I want to see. Just get to know them a little bit, tell a story about how I got to know the band. Not personally, of course, but today we're talking about the Interrupters. This band's important to me for a number of reasons. I'll tell you how I got to know about the band. I'll tell you a little story about them, and then we'll talk about their albums. What is it that we do and don't like about their music? There's not really much I don't like about their music, if I'm honest, but the Interrupters are a band. They've been around for almost 15 years at this point, I think. And let me double check that. I think they've been around since 2011. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see here. Yeah, 2011. So almost 15 years. And they catch a lot of hate, man. And I think it's real silly. That's why I named the video "Taking Back the Power with the Interrupters," because they take the power back, man. They don't let all the hate get to them, and I think that's wonderful. They are an incredibly catchy band, and they're very accessible. And if you get to the Interrupters, you can easily get 3 and 4 levels below that on the iceberg through this band. So I think that they're a necessary type of band on one hand, and on the other hand, they're incredibly good at what they do. So I just don't understand where the hate comes from outside of people that are just unhappy with somebody else's success. That's a very common thing. Ian says, wishing I wasn't so broke and I could afford to go to PRB this year and hang with all the homies. Bro, I wish you could too. That'd be amazing. I'm going to be out there, man. I'm going to be out there. All right, so like I said, Interrupters started in 2011 from Los Angeles, California. You got 3 brothers. It's Jesse, Justin, and Kevin Bivona, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. And then Amy. I don't know her actual last name. I think it's Bivona at this point. I think she married one of the boys. Amy Allen, duh. I knew that. Of course it's Amy Allen. She had a whole album by that name. So, okay, before I talk about the history of the band, I'll tell you kind of how I discovered them. It was pretty interesting. So like back in like 2015 or 16, I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it was before Hurricane Harvey because I was in my apartment with my wife. Kids were real little. I'm sitting in the office. I was watching a baseball game or a basketball game. I used to do a lot of gambling. It might have been basketball. They did a lot of T-Mobile advertising during NBA games, so it might have been a basketball game. What's up, Kim? How you doing? Kim says, awesome, love the Interrupters. Amy has an incredible story. Much respect for her. See, I don't know much about her personal story. Maybe one day I'll do a video on her specifically. I know a fair bit. I know she was in bands trying to do music, was with a guy from or maybe associated with the dude from oh my goodness, what's that like alt rock band? Oh my goodness, I can see it starts with a U. Unwritten Law, maybe I could be mistaken. And she was just trying to make music. I know that, but as far as like much of her personal life, I'm not super familiar. But like I said, back in like 20 maybe 10 years ago, I'm sitting on the couch in my office watching this basketball game, and this commercial comes on for T-Mobile like phone plan, and the whole thing is like take back the power with your mobile network, blah 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 blah. It's like a guaranteed price for a phone plan, when you get to make it how you want to make it or something. But the song was Take Back the Power, and I'm hearing this song and I'm like, dude, that sounds like Rancid or something, man. That's crazy. And it was just an earworm. It got stuck in my head. And that night I'm in the kitchen with my wife, and I said, hey, I heard this song today. It's a band that sounded kind of like Rancid. I have no idea who they were, but it was so catchy. And she's like, you should figure out who it is. And I was like, man, it'd be crazy if it was like a Rancid song with a guest singer or something, because it really sounded like that kind of music. And I hadn't really been in the punk scene in quite some time at this point, because I was trying to clean my life up and I was trying to get sober. And so I think she told me, use Google, you can let your phone hear it or something, or Shazam or something. But I had something where I was able to like let it hear the song, and it told me it's the Interrupters. And so I like look up the Interrupters, and I was like, whoa. My wife's like, what? I'm like, dude, you're not gonna believe this. This band actually is on Hellcat Records. Songs written, like co-written by Tim. I was like, no wonder it sounds like that. And I just was immediately a fan. Kim says her personal journey was rough, and she's a survivor. She tells her struggles and story through her music. Yeah, I mean, I know she had some stuff going on. I don't know. I feel like we kind of all went through that stuff to a degree. Everybody's story is a little different, but I think everybody within the punk community, for the most part, has had these struggles. So maybe I just thought it was something a little different, but it's almost par for the course within the punk community. Not that it, devalues her story at all. It's not what I'm saying, but yeah, man. Immediately I was interested in this band, and the first, I think when I got into them, their first two records were already out. So they had the self-titled album and then Say It Out Loud. That's crazy. So they says they 2014, yeah, summer of 2014. So they've only been around as a band with albums out for 11 years. That's insane. You know what? I do know that because I made a video called 10 Years of the Interrupters like last year. I forgot I did that. Boom. There we go. Everybody loves Amy Interrupter. I know all the boys do. I mean, she's a pretty lady. Why wouldn't you, right? So, following their first album, the band toured the U.S. and Canada in support of that record with Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Street Dogs, Let's Go, Less Than Jake, Big D and the Kids Table, Real Big Fish, Rancid, of course, The English Beat. They toured Europe with Bad Religion, also played Soundwave Festival in Australia, and another festival in Belgium. The song Take Back the Power was featured in a commercial by Canadian sports channel TSN advertising the 2024 IIHF World Junior Championship Ice Hockey Tournament, which was played in Sweden. Let's see. Okay, well, we'll get back into more of their history here in just a minute. She's a new mom. Dude, I saw that. That's amazing, man. Good for her. And they're playing freaking punk rock bowling. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Man, that is pretty wild. How old is their kid, you think? I know it's pretty recent. Good for her. Congratulations to her. And which brother is it that she's married to? I keep wanting to say Jesse, but I could be wrong. Congratulations to both of them anyways, regardless. So another reason why this band is a little bit special to me is because after that commercial thing where I saw them play, or excuse me, heard their music on that commercial, my wife is, she didn't grow up listening to punk music. She's only into this stuff because of me. So she's more into the more accessible side of punk rock. So she likes the Dropkick Murphys. She likes the Interrupters. Obviously, she likes Rancid and NoFX. She likes a little bit of Bad Religion. Well, I know it's an infant, but is it like a newborn infant, like 3 weeks old, or is the kiddo like 6 months old? It makes a big difference in the ability of hers, what I was just curious about. I guess if it was, 3 weeks old, she probably wouldn't be playing the fest. That's incredible. Good for her. Man, what a strong person to be able to do that. I don't know if I watched my kids birth and I don't know. You know what? My wife's way tougher than I am. What am I talking about? She could definitely do it. Dude, women are way less of a little wiener than a boy. Girls are tough, dude. Boys are. I don't even want my stomach tattooed. Kevin, is that what I said? Did I say Kevin earlier? Or did I say something else? Anyways, so I don't remember what year it was, but it was probably 2016, maybe. They were touring with somebody, but the Starving Wolves opened up for them. Man, was it Rancid? Let me see if my wife will answer my text. She'll remember who it was. Man, it's going to drive me nuts unless she answers that. But we went to go see them play, and I think that was like her first punk show ever. And it was a bigger show. But it was Starving Wolves, Interrupters, and then somebody else. So they're just a band that's important to me. I mean, everybody on the Hellcat roster is important to me. And, through me, it's become important to my wife even. And her second show was a little club show. I happen to have the poster right here. She got to hang out with Lars at her second show ever, which, is pretty cool. Liberty and Justice, Concrete Elite, and the Old Firm Casuals, and like a tiny little club in Houston was my wife's second show. I mean, dude, based on like right now, Old Firm this show was probably, I have no idea what year this was. Wandering Rubo, what's up? I hate interrupters. I love your channel. I have nothing else to say, so I'm going to peace out. Everybody have a good time. Cool. That's so weird, dude. To hate this band is so strange to me, but whatever, man. To each their own, man. I appreciate your kindness, though, to stop in and let us know how much you hate them, but that you're not going to say much about it. But yeah, we got to go hang out with Lars and his little club. It was fun. But Interrupters are a fun band. I would love to know. Maybe send me a DM, Wandering, and let me know what it is, what's your beef with them. But 2018, they did Fight the Good Fight. I think that's probably their biggest album, I would think. Maybe not. Maybe the newest one's their biggest, but I feel like Fight the Good Fight's their biggest because She's Kerosene was a huge song. That one was also produced by Tim Armstrong. Come out the summer of 2018 in June. Let's see. She's Kerosene was the lead single. Wow, it got to number 4 on Billboard's Alternative Songs chart. That's pretty crazy. And the album got to number 2 on the Billboard Independent Albums chart. And then number 141 on the Billboard 200. I think that's incredible. To get anywhere near that's insane. They were on the cover of Kerrang. Let's see. Billy Cottage, formerly of Real Big Fish, has been touring with the band as a featured musician since 2019, playing the organ and the trombone. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess they need somebody to play all that stuff when they're touring, because I know one of the brothers plays it on the album, I think. Let's see. Interesting. The Interrupters single Take Back the Power was served as the intro music for Hillary Clinton in a 2020 docuseries. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's kind of awesome. I don't know how I feel about Hillary Clinton, but just like the fact that your music would be seen and heard by somebody in that, position is kind of incredible. Bum, 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 bum. James says they should be bigger. They're that good. I think they should be bigger too, man. I don't know how much bigger they're. Like, how big should this band really be? Honestly, I would love it if they were just like rolling in the dough and able to take other bands under their wing and help other bands like Tim did them. But I don't know. They probably make a living doing this, I would think. And if you're making a living, that's all you can ask for, man. Not many people within punk rock make a living doing it. But I love their ska sound. I like that they really do sound a lot more like Rancid than somebody like, say, the Distillers. That's the craziest comparison to me. People are always like, oh, it's just like the Distillers. And I'm like, man, it ain't nothing like the Distillers, in my opinion. Distillers ain't got no ska in their music. Brody Dahl and Amy sound nothing alike to me. Brody sounds like Courtney Love quite a bit. Amy doesn't. She's got a little bit of raspy in her vocals, but go listen to their new album. She sings her ass off on that record. I will say, I guess they kind of mirror each other in the fact that they had a couple of, more punk-leaning albums and then had something that goes a little bit more alternative. Although the Interrupters had 3 records like that and the Distillers only had 2. But I don't know. I think that they got 4 records out. They got a live album. They don't have like EPs and stuff though. Let's see. Friend Like Me, Liberty, and Family are all their first singles off their first album. Then Take Back the Power was the only single off of the... Oh no, all those were off of the first album. A Friend Like Me, Liberty, Family, and Take Back the Power were all off the first album. And then Say It Out Loud had Babylon, Jenny Drinks, and By My Side. And those aren't even the best songs on the record. Those are weird. Those are weird picks for the singles, in my opinion. Still good songs. Fight the Good Fight have Gave You Everything and She's Kerosene. Dude, Gave You Everything is a really good song too. And then In the Wild, Raised by Wolves, I thought was fantastic. Anything Was Better is a very... In the Mirror, that's a good album, but it's not really a punk album. It's more like an alternative album with a little dash of punk and ska in it. James says, yeah, as you were reading all the accomplishments, felt like I was learning. What's up, JJ? People just say that because of the Tim connection. Oh, the Distillers thing? Yeah, more than likely. I said I was going to leave and then I can't. I just have such shit to talk. I just don't want to be that guy. Then don't be that guy. Nobody really wants to hear it right now. Send me a DM. I'll talk to you about it. Shoot me a DM, man. We can talk about it. I don't even mind if you hate the band. I don't care if you tell me you hate the band, but not in this stream, man. We're talking about them and celebrating the fact that they're playing PRB. If you want to do that, I would appreciate it if you just do it privately. I'll happily listen to what you have to say and talk with you about it. Who knows? You may change my mind and I'll hate the band too. I doubt it. But, I don't think that's a good thing to do right now. I feel like most artists that Tim signs, it's almost like he tells them to try and sound like him, especially that Rat Boy rapper artist that was featured in the Cyberpunk game. I mean, I don't think that kid sounds anything like Tim Armstrong. I don't think that the Interrupters do now. I will say that they did. I think he wrote a lot of their music with them. So, I mean, of course he does. I feel like they were like, we needed a female Rancid, boom, Interrupters. I mean, I don't think it was like that thought process. I think you're making a lot of assumptions. So I think that most of your hate's probably super invalid and unwarranted. But you're entitled to feel that way. Like, I'm not saying you can't dislike the band, but I don't think it was like that at all. As far as I understand, first and foremost, they are going to sound like that band when Tim is writing a bunch of their music with them and producing the albums. Nothing you can do about that. But it's not as if we have a bunch of bands on Hellcat that just sound like Rancid. That's just not true. Like, it's just wholly inaccurate. Go listen to a Give 'Em the Boot comp. Most of those bands sound nothing like Rancid. But, whenever there's another band that's forming, because the Bavona brothers were around for a long time helping Tim write music. And so they became friends. When they started the band, he helped them write music. So it's going to sound like that. I understand that, and I agree that they do sound like Rancid. But that's not even true past their third album. Their latest album has been out 2 years now? 3 years now? It sounds nothing like Rancid. So James says, I wish we had a million Rancid clones. Time Again was like my favorite band for the longest time. See, even Time Again sounds a little like Rancid, but they're more street punk than Rancid. So, Left Alone, I think, sounds like Rancid a lot. But they're like a Latino Rancid. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with that, but I can see if that's not your jam that you would hate it. So, and I'm trying to not be, grumpy about it either. You can feel however you want about it. It's okay. I do get a little bit, in my feelings. I'm like, stop. What do I really care, dude? Think how you want, man. And I appreciate the way you're doing it, too. You're not being like a complete asshole or anything. So, I sincerely appreciate that. So many people jump in and just have something to say. And it's like, man, you could have said that in a much nicer way, which I do think you've done. So, that's cool, man. But, not everybody's going to like everybody either. And I would be shocked if the Interrupters were bothered by some people not liking them. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that don't like my channel. I don't care. Go like what you like, man. Let's see. They were on some splits? No, they weren't. Okay. It says compilations and splits. But there are no splits here, I don't think. They were on 2016 Warped Tour compilation. Hooligans United, a tribute to Rancid, which I've got. Came out on Hellcat and Smelvis. I've got that. Deo Labota, various artists on Smelvis as well in 2013. 2018 Warped Tour compilation on Side 1 Dummy. Ska Against Racism on Bad Time Records in 2020. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they were on that. Dude, shout out to Bad Time Records, man. That's a great label if you're into ska. Like, really, really good label. Shout out to Catbite. Like, I feel like Catbite's also another one of those bands that, I think I think that we need more bands with, like, prominent bands that are heavily female. And I guess right now I'm thinking about this a lot because I'm fixing to start working on a women in punk video. It's probably going to be 2 videos. So I'm doing, like, notes and outlines right now. But man, there's not a lot out there. Like, just if you take everything into consideration, like the number of women in punk, is it like a kind of a large number? I guess I don't think so. But compared to the men, no. Wandering said, "Dang, I didn't know he wrote their stuff. I'll have to check out more Hellcat. I just figured they were going to go the way of the Epitaph and quit paying attention. Is that Epitaph has all kinds of emo metalcore I don't dig." Yeah, Epitaph, look, and look, here's the thing about Epitaph. They had to stay relevant, so like I don't fault them for their choices, but I certainly don't listen to the bands that I used to listen to on Epitaph, or like the number of bands. But no, man, Tim like helped them write their music and produce their first 3 records, or at least the third one he definitely produced, but he was around for all of it, and they were all friends, so like their music was going to sound like Rancid to a degree based on that. But their 4th record is the furthest they've been from Rancid, and it sounds nothing like Rancid. So like I think as they go along and they gain more confidence in themselves and they they're not going to sound like Rancid anymore. So it's all good though. Simply because that shit brings money in. Metalcore and emo are just more profitable. Yeah, they had to do something to stay around. Epitaph is the greatest independent label of all time. So. What's up, Jordan? So love the Interrupters. I've seen them every single time they've played in Boston. 10 years ago, I saw them open for Rancid, and I fell in love with them. Amy has always reminded me of so much of myself. It might have been Rancid that we were seeing that they opened for. I bet it was. That would make sense because I have. No, that's a different year. That was a different year. I've got a poster on my wall. Left Alone. Yeah, dude. Left Alone sounds like a Latino Rancid, but I mean. Another thing, the dude that sings for Left Alone was like a Rancid roadie and shit. Like he was homies with Tim. So like, there's reasons. Any of those bands that sound kind of like Rancid. Also, you got to think, Rancid has their own style, so there's gonna be derivatives of Rancid. If you have a band that's that, I mean, there are other bands that sound like NoFX and Bad Religion, and nobody ever complains about that. So Plus, she's my doppelganger when I do my pompadour and bandana, and she has a hitchhiker's thumb like me. Bro, I got a hitchhiker's thumb too. I can send you a bunch of bands that you might be looking for if you want to look into them for that video, but they're a bunch of nobodies. Wait, what? Oh, like women? Yeah, I'm looking. So this is how the video series is going to go. I'm going to do because I've got a few people that support my channel that are women that do a lot of hanging out. They're like really important people to me now, and so I thought like, man, I want to represent them in a video. I was talking to my wife on a walk about this, and like. I've been talking about doing a women in punk video for a long time, so I just need to just fucking do it, right? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video that starts from like the mid-70s, like Runaway stuff, all the way through probably like Hole, maybe, oh man, maybe like through Hole and the Distillers maybe, and then do one that's like the Interrupters. Maybe I'll do like one through like the mid 70s up through Hole, and then like the Distillers till now, something like that. There are some women popping up in punk, but okay, in punk I'm not talking about like Scowl and shit like that because that's not the same thing to me. But I guess it's like connected, I guess. But I'm talking about punk rock and not hardcore at all. I'll have to probably talk about the hardcore stuff a little bit, but those scenes are so divided these days. They're not really the same scene, whereas they used to be the same scene. So. Tsunami Bomb for sure, dude. I mean, I got one of my favorite bands out of that band, so I'll have a super love for Tsunami Bomb. But I mean, you have bands like right now, like Catbite, and dude, even Save Ferris just jumped back out there. What the hell? The Calamatics are really good. Yeah, that young lady was into some wild shit though. That girl from the Calamatics was into some wild stuff, Jordan. You should Google her. Blew my fucking mind. I didn't believe. I thought somebody was trolling. What's up, Wayne? Fucking Wayne. Wayne. Hey, Wayne. Don't get hit by a car riding your bike, okay? Nothington. Fuck yes. I love that band. But Bad Cop. Good band. Okay, look. I'm going to be real honest, dude. Bad Cop's like alright. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Okay. Fucking lunatics, dude. Oh no, I wanted to make sure that I have like X-Ray Specs, Runaways, Joan Jett, but I want to go up through whole, so I'll probably include like Bikini Kill and all the Kathleen Hanna stuff, and then Courtney Love. Not because I think that Hole is really a punk band, but they were like sort of connected, just like Nirvana is sort of connected to punk. The '90s were weird, man. And Courtney Love was a punk rock chick, dude, for sure. That chick was a hot mess. And to think that she didn't listen to any punk would be pretty naive on my part. So, you know. We have a really good hardcore band in Tulsa called Diced. And a girl I know sings for them. Yo, let me write that down. It's called Diced. They're from Tulsa. I'll check that out. Tulsa Hardcore. Asher 45s. I'm 51 and been going to shows for 40 years and I've never seen a band with the energy and an ability to connect with an audience like the Interrupters. Well, look, man, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's a wild statement. Like, they're a great band live, but they're not the greatest band live. What's up, Dave? I love them, but I'm a chick and I'm all about the girl power songs, says Jordan. I mean, yeah, fuck yeah. The Whiffs from Arkansas. I'll check out a bunch of bands, dude. I'm all about checking out bands. Look, man, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but what I am is I'm loyal to my scene, bro. And I'll check out bands. Plasmatics were good. Girl School, Tribe 8. Kurt dated Toby something last name who was in Bikini Kill, so he was definitely around the scene. Yeah, for sure. All that stuff was real incestuous, dude. The fucking Beastie Boys to Nirvana to Bikini Kill to like Minor Threat, Fugazi, Bad Religion. They were all connected to some degree. The '90s and like late '80s and shit were weird, man. Like, in a good way. Like, I'm not talking crap. Like, they were weird in a good way. But oh, that's right. Okay. My wife just sent me the list of the bands that we went and saw. It was her first show. It was Starving Wolves opening, then it was Pennywise, then it was sorry. Starving Wolves, Interrupters, Pennywise, Rancid. That's what the show was. I don't remember what year that was, but 2016, probably something like that. Okay. So like they're a important band to us because it's one of her first shows. I think that was her first show. So like, why wouldn't they be important to me, right? Ray White says, I think it's White Witty, maybe? Check out the Drunk Upstarts from Grand Rapids back in the early 2000s. The Gits, don't like that band. Dave says, off topic, but I listened to Troublemaker today and it blew my mind. Don't know how I discounted it for so long. It happens, dude. Remember, hey, I can't talk no shit, man. When I listened to that Clash album, Give 'Em Enough Rope, it literally made me angry that I had never listened to it. So, James says, all right, later, Randall, got to make my little girl her dinner and get off the bus. Hells yeah, sir. I'll be live tonight. You know what it is, man. It's Wednesday, bro. In about 3.5 hours or 3 hours, I'll be live for the punk rock playlist, man. We do it every Wednesday, every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday night. And with unless I got to travel or something, so I might be doing Wednesday and Thursday this week. The Bomb Pops. That's another good addition to the list too. The early ones would be like Joan Jett, of course. Excuse me. I'm even going to do a video on queer punk, like just like the queer representation within punk, because dude, all the way back with Darby Crash. I mean, come on, dude. Like, it's been there forever. And if people can't handle like a queer representation in punk, they need to fucking get out. Like, you know, do I understand people that are like, yeah, I'm straight. I don't necessarily want to be like drowned in it. Sure, I guess, but like, I welcome anybody of any kind that's not a piece of shit in my circle, man. I love gay people, dude. I love drag queens, man. When I used to work in Austin, there was this group of people that were these drag queens that would come in. Wait, which one was the? No, no, no. The band I didn't care for was the one with the girl that got taken out, which is terribly sad, by the way. Oh, the Donnas, dude. I love the Donnas. The Donnas were like my '90s punk rock crush, dude. La Tigre's, well, fucking dude. I think I like La Tigre better than Bikini Kill. But yeah, see, the Interrupters is getting us talking about women in punk, dude. Taking back the power. God, we fucking did it, guys. We did it. But there was this group of like these rather large drag queens that would come in, and they would come in like once every 3 or 4 weeks and have dinner late at night. I guess they were having probably the drag because they were all done up. And they would come in and they would sit down and they were awesome, dude. They tipped really well. Sorry, 1 second. I'm the only adult home right now, so gotta. Okay, so one night I'm serving them and it's like, I don't know, a weeknight. It's like 2 in the morning. Um, the uh, the the table's got, I think it's four drag queens. They were all like, dude, I'm talking like 6 foot tall. They were all big people, and they were all very feminine when they were there. They were big hair, makeup, crazy dresses, heels, and these drunk frat boys come in. I'm in Austin. I'm on the Strip working at Kirby Lane Cafe, and these drunk frat boys are like running their mouths, but you could hear them. And so I go over. I'm like, hey guys, look, dude. They're regulars here. They're just eating. Could you take it down a notch? Like, you don't have to like them, but you got to be polite. You can't be behaving like that. They were cool at first. They were like, oh yeah, sorry, we're just being drunk assholes. And I was like, yeah, dude, I've been there myself. It's all good. Fast forward like a half hour or so. Now they're doing it again. The drag queen people are like done eating. They're getting pissed off. When I tell you it erupted into a fist fight, these drag queens beat the brakes off of these dudes. This guy's running his mouth. He's like, man, I'm gonna fucking whoop your ass. And the dude's like, all of a sudden, the dude just jumps up and goes, how are you gonna feel getting your ass beat by a man in a dress? And the guy's like, man, blah 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 blah. Oh, dude, it was awesome. It was so good, man. It was so good. Ignorant says drag is an art form. I used to have a couple of friends that did it. I mean, sure. I never really thought about it like that, but I mean, anything can be considered an art form. But like, but yeah, it was awesome when those drag queens beat those dudes up. It wasn't like they just had like, it wasn't like a melee, but it was a good old fist fight. It was nice. It's good. Good. I'm glad those dudes got, a little bit of what they deserved. Should be messing with nobody, man. I don't care what they look like, dude. Leave them the fuck alone, man. You don't like somebody, shut the fuck up about it and move on. Like, what's up with that? If I didn't like somebody and they were around me and I had the ability to leave, I would just do that. It's the weirdest thing, man. What's up, Julie? Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. I don't understand the Sonic Youth connection to punk at all, but maybe I don't really like the band much, so I don't like anything that's from that like subgenre of like, I call it college rock. I don't like any of that shit. Man, I've tried to like Sonic Youth. I can't do it. Husker Du. I can't do it. There's so many bands from that like kind of music to me that I just really wanted to like, and I just can't. Jordan says, oh, Randall, I need another invite for the Discord. LOL. I guess I waited too long to click on it. Okay. I'll send you one in a few minutes. Let me finish up here and I'll send it to you. I was wondering where the fuck you were. I thought you just didn't want to hang out. I was like, fucking Jordan. All right, let's talk about Interrupters albums a little bit. So they've got 4 records. They've got the self-titled album. That was 14? Say It Out Loud 2016. I think that's really when they took form, was their second record. Fight the Good Fight 2018, which might be their best record. And then their latest in 2022, which was 4 years later, In the Wild. So here's the thing, man. In the Wild is probably like objectively, if you took it to like a bunch of, producers and music heads, hey, which one of these is the best album? They would probably say In the Wild. I think it's their most adventurous. It's got the most eclectic sounds, the most number of sounds. But I think that their second album might be my favorite. Let me look up the actual tracks the track listing for those albums. Give me 1 second. Good old Spotify. Dude, tomorrow I'm dropping a video about Skit System, dude. What? And then on Friday morning, I might do Skit System on Friday. Tomorrow I might do Tragedy, actually. What you know about that shit? Actually, you know what? What's tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm dropping I talked to Simon from Claim Choice. I'm gonna do that tomorrow at noon. So I guess Skit System and Tragedy will be Monday, Tuesday. I'm trying to make sure that I have content coming out all the way through Punk Rock Bowling. It's just scheduling this shit is a pain, dude. Holy crap! She's Kerosene has 64 million streams on Spotify. Wow, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that much. Maybe 10% of that, 6.4 million wouldn't have blown my hair back, but that's crazy. All right. Discography. Let's go all the way back. Let's see here. All right. Fight the Good Fight. Say It Loud. The Interrupters. And I love the cover of the Interrupters' first album. I love Hot Pink and Black's my shit. Okay, so like White Noise is a really good song. Can't Be Trusted. Oh my goodness, their first album is so good. Family. Woo. With Tim Armstrong. This is my family. My one crazy family. Oh, man. We may have to listen to some Interrupters tonight on the stream, dude. The Metro. It's a cover song, but it's a good one. It is a good one. Oh, my goodness. What is y'all's favorite album from them? L7's okay. I associate them more with no wave and, yeah, indie rock more than punk. For sure, for sure. Talking about Sonic Youth, by the way. Let's see, Take Your Time. ADHD gets me too all the time. Y'all ever heard of the Amazombies? They only released 2 albums, but no, I'll check them out though. Hold on. The first one's your favorite, Ian? Hot Pink and Black are my 2 favorite colors, for sure, for sure. You sing the Interrupters at karaoke, huh? Get some, dude. What? Dude, Amazombies is a great name for a band. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, dude, we got a new Generation Exit song today, too. Let's go. Or yesterday, actually. We'll be playing it on the stream tonight, though. Shout out to Generation Exit. Those are the homies. Love those guys. All right, so then we have their second record, which is called Say It Out Loud. That one. So we got She Got Arrested, which is a fucking good song. On a Turntable, which might be my favorite song by them. Prosecutor, Control, Phantom City. Media Sensation, You're Gonna Find a Way. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, this band, the more I look at this, the more it doesn't even sound like Rancid to me. Like, they've got, like, a lot of influence, very obviously, but, dude, all these songs that I'm thinking of, they don't sound like Rancid for the most part. Some of it does. What's my dog barking at? And then we go to Fight the Good Fight. Title Holder, She's Kerosene, Gave You Everything, Rumors and Gossip. Fuck, dude, that's a... I think Say It Out Loud is my favorite. I think their second record is my favorite one. But Into the Wild, I think it's got like some of their best music though. Like, it's such a good record. Anything Was Better is a beautiful song. You listen to the lyrics, dude. She's a good lyricist. Raised by Wolves. I always thought that it was a thing when they said, ah, ooh, it was like a wolf howling. Is that on purpose or am I tripping? Does anybody else think that? In the Mirror, Kiss the Ground. Jailbird's a really good. Jailbird's probably my favorite song on that album. Let's see. Love Never Dies. Oh, I love that song, dude. Get Down Moses. Shit, dude. Such a good record, man. Such a good record. Look, I'll say it like this. Rancid's got albums that I listen to the entire record, front to back, top to bottom. I don't skip them. I don't skip anything, right? On like most of their albums. I think there's... Okay, let's go through it. Self-titled, no skips. Let's Go, no skips. Out Come the Wolves, no skips. Life Won't Wait. I don't think I skip anything on Life Won't Wait. I guess we should check. Anytime I can talk about Rancid, right? Okay. Okay, Blood Clot, Hoover Street, Black Lung. So, okay, I don't skip anything on Life Won't Wait, but I need to be in the mood for Life Won't Wait before I listen to it. But, like, 2000, I skip, like, honestly, most of that record. But on Indestructible, I don't think I really skip anything. Shit, dude, both versions of Dominoes, I don't skip anything. I think the only albums that I skip any songs on are Self-Titled 2000, and I think I do skip a few on Honor Is All We Know. Asher says the first album is definitely, second is really good as well. Yeah, the first two albums are fantastic. I tell you what, the Interrupters have this thing where if I take all the songs that I really, 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 really love by them, it makes a perfect mix. Makes a perfect mixtape. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an Interrupters mixtape. Maybe I'll do like... What if we do like Rancid Baby mixtape? And it's like all these Rancid Baby bands. We'll do like some Interrupters, some, what is it, Left Alone, some Time Again, some Rancid. What other bands sound kind of like them? Maybe throw a Distiller song or two on there, and I'll just give it away on the channel. What do y'all think about that? Anybody got a tape player? I'll make it's 60 minutes. It's a brand new tape. It's solid black too, so it looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll tape it off and spray paint something on it. I got cool ideas sometimes. All right, let's see. What are my favorite songs by the Interrupters? Jordan says, that song Alien made me bawl my eyes out the first time I heard it because I identify with it so much, and it still does. When they play it live at the fade to the Hallelujah song, all it feels. Hey, man. Dude, She's Kerosene is such a great song. That song's like, I would say it's a classic in my opinion. But On a Turntable is probably my favorite song by them. Bad Guy is a fucking great cover. Ian says, I have the Family 7-inch signed by the band that I got when I saw them in 2013. That's cool, man. Hell yeah. Lewis says, what was the band on AF that sounded like Rancid? Wait, what? What's AF? I don't know. I'm really curious now. Should I know what AF is? I feel stupid right now. Kerosene's your favorite? Kerosene's a fucking good song, dude. Let's go down here to their... Oh, let's see. This is... Okay, there we go. Okay, so... She Got Arrested is also one I really like. I really, really, really enjoy Anything Was Better. I really like that song a lot. Family, I love Tim Armstrong. Jailbird is one that I really, really enjoy off their new album. Title Holder's a really good song. Oh, the one about the girl killing the dude or whatever. She Got Arrested. She Got Arrested is one that I really, really like. White Noise is pretty good. They've got a lot of really, really good songs. I thought it was cool that they did a song with Hot Water Music. That shocked me. That surprised me. Oh, AF like AF's record label. I have no idea. Was there a band that sounded like Rancid on AF? I didn't know that. What's up, Dylan? The Interrupters are a great band. I agree, man. I agree. I'm going to wrap this up here in a couple minutes. I just wanted to hang out and celebrate the Interrupters, talk a little bit about Punk Rock Bowling. I'm very excited to see them. I'm very excited to film this. I might live stream a bunch of stuff during the day at Punk Rock Bowling. So stay tuned, man. I got an idea of some stuff I'm going to do. I'm really trying to take this channel to the next level. I want to keep traveling, keep going to shows, keep doing live streams at shows, keep talking to artists, keep doing the podcast, bro. Like, I really wanted to do more of the like video essay type stuff, but I just don't think that's in my DNA for this channel. I think I'll probably do like 3 or 4 of those a year, maybe a little bit more than that. I think for the most part, interviews, podcasting, vlogging, live streams, live shows, I think that's where I'm probably going to be hanging out. Yeah, so, but I'm going to go grab me a snack. My daughter just got home. I'm going to go say hi to her and tell her that Interrupters are, we're going to go see Catbite pretty soon too. I love that band. Catbite's got a new EP out. Go check it out. It's really good. I can't remember the name of it though. Hold on. I have it on vinyl, but I haven't really taken a look at the actual name of the EP. I feel like an asshole. Hold on. Doom Garden. I knew it was something like that. I almost said Doom Regulator, but I was like, that's that band that Tim's in. So Doom Garden is the newest EP from Catbite. Incredible cover art. Ignorant does doing too many things types of videos mess with the algorithm in a bad way. I haven't seen it do it, but I don't care. I'm doing it anyways. I don't understand how that would possibly mess up with the algorithm, dude. I just do a video. The algorithm's the algorithm. Like, My channel has been like this for 2 years. If it's gonna mess things up, then so be it. I'm not gonna change the way I do things. So, but I don't think it messes anything up. Maybe it does. But what am I gonna do? Like have separate channels for stuff? Like that's fucking crazy to me, man. Like I'm just doing YouTube, do it the way I want to do it, and the homies are finding me, so I'm good. Well, we're at 11,000 and change now. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah, dude, 11,036 subscribers, man. That's crazy for a punk channel. It's actually a punk channel. So, you know, I will talk to y'all later. I'll see you guys in a few hours. 2.5, 3 hours, we'll be live again doing the punk rock playlist. So come hang out, man. Ignorant. See you in a little bit, buddy. Oh yeah, I got the. I'll go add that slant record. Give me a minute. I gotta figure out if I want to sell it or not. Give me a second. All right, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Peace. Oh, hey, hold on. Sorry, dude. Punk rock bowling tickets still available. If you want to come out, hang out. If you see me out there, say hi. Don't hesitate, man. Come say what's up. Let's take a photo from my Instagram. I want to take a photo of all the people that recognize me because I think it's insane that I get recognized everywhere. Please make sure you check out Bullshit Detector on Saturday. Make sure you check out the Interrupters, Bouncing Souls, Cox Bars, a bunch of great bands playing. Peter Light and the Hook, Peter Hook and the Light. Golly, dude, I can't wait to go watch that. So yeah, man. Dude, the variety is what most people tell me they like about the channel, is that I do all kinds of cool shit. It's daily content over here, man. Champ shit only, people. Let's go. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it. No, and Ignorant was just asking. I get it. He's a homie. You might have an extra ticket to what? Wait. You're still coming to Punk Rock Bowling, right? Jordan? All right, I'll get that link to you in just